Now, I saw a list as we do wind down the offseason of college football, and I always love myself a good list. And this is one that if Georgia came in this spot a decade ago, we would have said, that's impressive. I saw USA Today ranked the top 25 home field advantages, home stadiums in college football, and Georgia came in number 7. It's okay. A decade ago, Georgia at number 7 would have been like, wow, because we've said forever and ever, amen, that there was a time when the Georgia home crowd, the Georgia atmosphere was just not overwhelming. You always would hear things like having to go to Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. It's intimidating. Going to Neyland, going to the Swamp, going to Bryant-Denny. Georgia just didn't get mentioned the same way.
Recognize Jordan-Hare. Back in the day.
You're not wrong. Listen,
it was.
Jordan-Hare's a great atmosphere. When that place is cooking, it's awesome.
And Georgia had always an earned reputation. And this was not belittled. This was not pat on the head. It was one of the most gorgeous places to watch a college football game. Just fantastic.
It was always laid back, though.
Yeah, it was. We
used to play some audio on the show when Hoyt used to go to games. He doesn't anymore. But when he used to go to games, he would yell at the crowd, why aren't we getting up on third down? I mean, it's the old college footballism. So here's what changed, though. It's a compliment to the Georgia fans, but it's the bigger compliment to Kirby. Because it's Kirby plus Sanford Stadium's atmosphere that has created this. And you can go all the way back to 93K Day if you want to point to that. But what Kirby did, going from, and the reflection of Mark Richt, this is not an insult. Mark Richt, laid back guy. Mark Richt kind of just, very chill. Kirby, intense, over the top, and he looked at the crowd at Georgia and said, we need to create what we had in Tuscaloosa, and the fans bought in. And when fans buy into whatever, the coach, the program, a player, it's always a big deal. So USA Today wrote about Georgia's home atmosphere. The environment itself between the hedges has made Georgia nearly unbeatable at home since Kirby Smart took over. Georgia has not lost a game at Sanford since October 12th, 2019. When South Carolina upset Georgia in overtime 20-17. Georgia's win streak at home now stands at 31 games. Now, they will put that to the test this season with home games against Bama, Ole Miss, Texas, just to name a few. So Georgia being 7, fine. Chuck, here's my problem. I feel like we all get very comfortable with these lists of kind of doing the same thing every year. You know who is number 1 on the list.
It was Baton Rouge?
It was Baton Rouge, which at a time, I believe, Tiger Stadium was the most intimidating night crowd and off the hook and just crazy atmosphere.
It's been a firewall for that program. Like, at the last thing to go is the home crowd at Tiger Stadium is going to get you.
Here's the problem. The data doesn't point out that it's, oh, God, I can't go win there anymore. They've lost 5 games in the last 5 years in Tiger Stadium, including 3 games by 28 points or more. Nobody's intimidated by that thing anymore. No good teams anyway. Alabama goes in there and they laugh. I think, and I'll run this down for you. LSU lost 42-13 last season to Bama at home, 42-13. LSU lost 40-13 a couple of years ago to Tennessee. They lost 2 games in one season to Arkansas and Auburn. No offense to Auburn. That's not exactly losing to top 10 programs at home. And Bama beat them 55-17 in Baton Rouge in 2020. There was a point where it was. There's no way you can tell me right now it's not more intimidating, where the crowd has more of an impact than going into Sanford Stadium in Athens, and here's why. You and I both know this. Start looking up the data on how many false starts Georgia gets from the opponent at home now. There is more procedure calls. There are more advantages that you get from the Georgia crowd in the last 5 years than you could ever get from the LSU crowd today. It's an awesome atmosphere. It's a fun place. It's not number 1 in America anymore, and the data proves you can go in there and beat them by 28 points. Oh, God, the atmosphere ain't so great. And I'll say this. It's not just the talent. Sometimes the talent isn't as great. The home field sometimes overcomes for your talent isn't as good. It's not doing that in Baton Rouge.
All right, I'm going to tell you the Sanford Stadium that I always grew up with, going again and loving it. So I saw Bo play there. I was there the night Herschel got his jersey retired. Mike Shula hit Al Bell in the back of the – that doesn't matter. I've been going there my whole life. And what I see when I close my eyes up until about 10 years ago is older white guy with like loafers on, not fancy business shoes, but loafers, khakis, and a short sleeve black golf shirt with a G on the chest.
He was going frat guy, but as a full-grown dude.
And he stands up on third down, does not clap much, but like it's a really awesome environment to watch a football game. What I think about now is wild-ass kids in spiked shoulder pads.
Yep.
Like, it's a jungle to walk into. Mm-hmm. It really is. And
the guy you described also had sunglasses that would hook on the back of like a chain that would hang around his neck and just kind of hang down. That guy's not there anymore.
And so got to see a lot of really good football, and the donations were there, and the tickets were sold every single year. I think of an environment right now where it's one of the stadiums. That's the way I always say it is, what happened to my timeouts?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no
Like,
question.
where did my timeouts go?
And how many? I got 3 procedure penalties because the crowd was just so raucous that it had me jump.
That's one of those places. The ribbon board, like that's just that was technology. Anybody could have had it. They got it.
The night atmosphere at Sanford, goodness.
Well, they got it first, and everybody copied it because that's what you do.
That becomes the 3:30 Athens game is something. It really is. But the night too, you've given people 12 hours to just lubricate, and they're ready and they're fired up, and they start walking in at 7:30, and now they're Kirby's. Like Kirby's got them all fired up. Again, this is a credit to Kirby Smart. Kirby played there. He knew what the crowd was like. He knew what the intensity could be like. He knew all of it. And this is sports. For whatever reason, it works. Mark Richt might have tried the same. I don't think it would have worked. I don't think people would have believed his personality would have been the same to sell it the way Kirby did.
They had their moments. As far as memorable crowds, the Auburn game, the black jersey game in 2007.
But that was a gimmicky thing that took that game.
It was, and I've always said, Auburn was leading in the third quarter. Mm-hmm. So it's not like the black jerseys took 3.5 quarters to kind of work their magic. Like Georgia was better that day, but the crowd was into it because of the black jerseys. That in a home game with LSU, there was a Clemson game, but it was like it was individual games that would dot that you couldn't remember. And it's just a week-to-week thing now, it seems, with Kirby.
Watch what that place looks like when Texas rolls in. Goodness. That is going to be a sight.
It's one of the places that I don't hear anything about taking tickets back from the students. McGarity, remember back, if you're not going to go, and they started shrinking the student section and all that. A lot of places, if you want to be honest, successful places where they still sell a lot of tickets, they don't want the students there because they have to sell the student tickets for less. And the students show up late, leave early. In most places, they don't in Athens. At least that's not been my observation.